All right, test 1 2 3, test 1 2 3. How is everyone's day? How's everyone doing? Back. What's oh fuck, hold on. I didn't transition yet. There we go. Small streamer things. All right. We are back. Day 10. I'm just going to say, I cannot believe it's already been 10 days. It's crazy. 10 days is absolutely absurd. So, I've done some optimizations. So things should be looking better. But not really looking better, but basically I fixed it so if you have better TTV, you should be able to see the emotes on stream when they're posted instead of it just being like words. So if I do like, what's like a dance emote? If I post like sturdy in chat with better TTV, you should be able to see it in chat and on stream real soon. Let's see. Yep, it's working. Let's fucking go. Love to see it. Love to see it. Yeah. So I think I have my stream set up for a while. Everything should be doing good. I don't even need to use Streamlabs for chat anymore. That's crazy. Now I just gotta figure out what to do with the YouTube partner program thing, because that doesn't update in real time, like at all. It just doesn't work really. So I'm gonna replace that with something. If you guys have any ideas in chat, let me know. It'd be helpful. But yeah, enough preamble. Let's get to it. Another day, some more Japanese. Honestly, though, do I really need to do this? I already know all of this. NA. Sochi. I already did this course. You know what? I don't even think we're gonna be doing this course anymore. I think we're just gonna learn kanji. Like I already did this course like fucking 2.5, 3 times. I just did it just so I could like not or re-remember all the rules, but I kind of already memorized them by now, so I think it's time to move on. We're gonna focus on kanji from now on. I think I still have the streams. They're privated, well not privated, but they're unlisted. But I think I still do have the streams for like years ago where I finished this course. I think some of them were only on Twitch though. I think actually, some of them were on YouTube though. But yeah, I finished the Tai Kim course already. I was just going back over it. I might unlist them or unlist them soon. Audio and video works. Nice. Also, welcome back to the stream, Luck. How's your day been? All right. You know, we're gonna go back over these because I actually have a really hard time. Okay, so this was Umareru, right? For to be born, if I'm not mistaken.
Umareru.
Okay, this was Umareru. This was Sengetsu last month. This means sensei. There's different ways to say this. Daigaku, I already know these. Wait, what's this? How do you say this exactly?
Manabu.
Manabu. Mana, okay. What's another one that I was having a hard time remembering? Oh yeah, what the fuck is this? How do you say this again?
私立大学.
Chinese. God damn it. Hold on 1 sec. Hold on 1 second. Japanese. There we go. How's the C++ treating you?
私立大学
Shiritsu Daigaku. Okay, Shiritsu. Luckily, from what I've seen, I did some reading off stream, and I think I can focus mostly on blueprints for a while, and not even really need. Because I was trying to get like a direct answer on like what can C++ do that blueprints can't, and there's really not much. Apparently C++ is faster for like compiling while you're in the engine, but then like I tried to like do some research on is C++ better like for optimization for like the actual game when you're like not like editing it, and overall it seems like the performance isn't much different. So I might be able to just do blueprints for everything. We'll see though. We'll obviously get more into it when I get further into making the game, because I'm not even at the beginning stages of making the game yet. But so far it's looking like I might not even need to learn C++. We'll see though, because the less time I spend on
生年月日
like learning the coding language, and the more time I spend making the actual game, because I more care about like learning Unreal Engine than like C++, to be perfectly honest. I just want to learn how to make a game in Unreal Engine. Also, the engine doesn't really matter that much. It's just Unreal Engine seems like the best for like making a game fast and reliable for one person. So yeah. We'll see. All right, how do you say this again? Seinengapi?
生年月日
Seinengapi. Okay. Shiritsu Daigaku, right? This was that?
私立大学
Oh my god, back to... I hate that. I hate that so much. No.
私立大学
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay. Seinengapi, Shiritsu Daigaku, Sengetsu, Sen. Let's see. Umareru, Sensei. What is this? Ikeru or Ikiryu, right? Being
生
effect.
きる
Ikiryu, yeah. Okay. So this is Ikiryu, Umareru, Shiritsu Daigaku. Okay. All right. On a side note, though, in my opinion, to learn game design, you eventually have to learn how to code. Yeah. I mean, eventually I'm going to learn to code anyways. It's just I'm trying to get into the code blocks and stuff. Can't take you all the way, sadly. Oh, damn. We'll see. Like, I fully expect to have to learn a decent amount of coding to like make the full game. It's just for now that's like not my goal. I'm just trying to get to a point in Unreal Engine where I can like just start like putting shit together. That's my goal right now. Oh, the chat has lag now. Has less lag now. Nice. Oh, for the stream, or for, because the stream should have the same amount of lag. I didn't change any settings, unless YouTube on their back can like change stuff around to where there's less lag on normal. Because I'm using like the normal lag. I'm not using low latency because like I wanted to stream in 4K because I have a 4K monitor now. So I think there's like a 30-second delay actually. I forgot what region you're in exactly, but yeah, it should be like a 30-second delay. Anyways, all right, give me a sec. I'm about to lock in real quick because I'm gonna do a speed review and I can't really read chat for like a minute or two while I do these questions. Maybe 5 minutes. We'll see. Anyways, I only have a few seconds to answer each question, so this should get serious. All right. Fuck, I already fucked up. God damn it. Say, ikiru, to live, sensei, teacher, before, umareru, to be born, sengetsu, last month, watashi, I, me, private university, shiritsu, daigaku, suchida. What the fuck is this? Oh, birthday. I forgot how to say that word. He. Leave him in the ashes. Leave him in the ashes. Go. Get really good, sad. Go. Wait, I almost fucked up. Alright. I would be talking during this usually, but that slows me down. I'm just trying to get these correct right now. Yuriguchi, Gatsu, Getsu, Shiki. Yeah, there we go. Ichigatsu, January. Nichiyobi. Nihon Nippon, that's Japan. My headphones are fucking up and it's irritating me. I might have to get a different cord or something. Wait, what is this? Oh, Japanese person. Oh, this is pissing me off. Why is it doing this? Okay. The Nile River. Ricefield, yeah. Kazan. Ikagetsu. Kuruma. Sha Kuruma. Deguchi. Senmon. Mon Kado. Onanoko Girl. Tanaka. Stream Densha. Sani. Coyote. Fire. Wednesday. Ricefield. Water. Money. Friday. Kaneda. Gold. Soil. Girl students. Child. Saturday. Civil engineering. Kanojo. She. Woman. Onano Hito. Woman. Jidosha. That's automobile. A bunch of different ways to say person. Yamada, mountain. No, that's last name. I'm stupid. Jinko, population. Mokuyobi, Thursday. Sun, something. Mountain, what the fuck is Yama? Here we go. Mount Fuji, Yamashita. Nihon Nippon. Getsuyobi. Entrance. Fuck. Third day. Here we go. Moon. Sunday. Yamada. Exits. Car. Automobile. Specialty. Gates. Tree. Volcano. 1 month. Densha. Jinko. Sanin. Person. Sun. Thursday. Nice. With 1 life left. Alright.
Gaku, mana. Gaku. Ga.
Noise. Alright, pronunciation time.
Gaku, mana.
New words. Or not new words. Pronunciation. Yeah. So gaku mana. Gaku say students. Gaku mana. Gaku say. Gakko school. Daigaku University. Let's see. Gakko. Daigaku. Gakko. Oh,
学
you're
学
still there, Luck. Do you still notice is there actually still or less delay than before?
せいい
Be kind of cool if there was.
せいい生う
Gaku say, Daigaku.
学学せいい生う
Daigaku.
せいい生うせいい生
We could be anything. You and me together. We could be anything. Anything. Gaku. Gaku say. Whoops. You and me. Time stop. Took about that long. I'm confused. Did you do the second? Sorry, I was focusing on doing this. God damn it. Hold on. Still typing in English. One sec. Does it seem like less than before or? Gakko. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, fuck. I think it was Gaku and then Mana, right?
学
Mistaken? Yeah, Gaku and Mana. There we go. Okay. Gakko. Nice. Gaku say Daigaku. There we go. Gaku. Can I change this? Can I just change this to katakana? Or are they gonna be a prick about it? I really need to find out the because there has to be some kind of window shortcut I can do to change the hiragana to katakana real quick. You can't see it right now, but like I'm pressing tab. Well, you can see it kind of. I'm pressing tab to like change the what's on the screen with like the Microsoft like typing in Japanese keyboard. There's got to be some shortcut to change it to katakana real quick, but I just don't know what it is. Gotta like manually go to the site and change it myself. I'll figure it out eventually. Okay, Gaku Mana. There we go.
学
Daigaku. There we go. Sei Manau. I think this was
Sei.
right. Yeah. Seems the same now. Okay. Just making sure. Because I didn't hear any news about YouTube decreasing their delay. Although that probably wouldn't be massive news to begin with. Although YouTube latency is more than Twitch. But maybe you can get one of those Japanese keyboards. I would, but like I kind of don't want to. Because I really like the keyboard I have. It's the G915 TKL. If you know what that is, probably not. G915 TKL. Whoops, that was my legal name on that one. Can't show that. All right. But yeah, this is the keyboard that I have right now. Let me turn off the Logitech. There we go. Yeah, this is the keyboard that I have right now. I love it so much. I think this is like the best mechanical keyboard on the market, even amongst the custom ones. The only thing that would make this better is like maybe longer battery life. Although it already lasts like, I think it lasts like a week with the RGB on. Like a lot of use, and what is it? Changing these buttons to like actual keys, because these are like soft buttons. And then the last thing is, there's a quirk where like this Wi-Fi and like these buttons right here, the RGB on them don't match the rest of the keyboard, so it's a little annoying. There's only like slight differences. Yeah, this is my favorite keyboard of all time. $300 though. $229. I don't know what it would be in your currency, but yeah, it's not cheap. But it will last you like years though. I think it's worth. I mean, a lot of mechanical keyboards, especially the custom ones, like when it comes to mechanical keyboards, it's actually not even that expensive, because the custom mechanical keyboards can be like $400 easily. Yeah, really good. It's great for gaming, great for typing. They also have a. I used to have this. No, that's the G815. Where is it? Yeah. I used to have the Big Brother. This is technically their like flagship, their best one. But I just wanted more space on my desk. I still kind of miss the numpad. I really do miss the numpad sometimes, but I don't know. Just having more space, especially like when I'm playing FPS games, it's like really nice to have more space to like move my mouse around. So I got the TKL instead. So yeah. Yeah, there's that. Oh, it's wireless too. If you didn't notice, yeah. Wireless keyboard. Battery lasts like I think with the battery, or not the battery. If you turn the lights off on them, I think the battery can last like a month. By the way, like it's crazy. Absolutely insane. Maybe it's not plugged in all the way. So yeah, the battery on that can last a really long time if you're just turn off the RGB. But I like my RGB, although I keep it on blue the entire time. So I don't really use my RGB. Why is it up? Daigaku, right? Yeah. Oh man, there's so many different. Okay, it was like. Got some $30 Logitech one worked fine for me so far, but the wire socket is breaking. Oh yeah. That happens. Alright, what was it? It was like say. Then it was like. There was like 10 different ways to say this shit. I don't remember.
Say.
Oh, you can just do say? Let's go.
Nama. U.
So it's like say I nama. That's the different ways to say it. Yeah, okay. Say I nama. Ikiru. 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 To live.
Sensei.
Ikiru to live. Sensei, teacher.
先生
Ikiru. Sensei. Umareru. Umareru. That's gonna be hard for me to say. I have a slight stutter, so. Reru is fucking crazy. Umareru. Umareru. I can't roll my R's either. I'm really bad at that. So that's gonna be a problem in Japanese. So my Japanese accent is really bad. But whatever. It gets the job done.
Sen. Saki.
Sen saki ma. Ikiru. Ikiru was what, to be born, right? Be safe.
生きる
Yeah, Sen saki ma. It's the third one. Sengetsu last month. Sensei teacher.
Sen.
Sengetsu last month.
Sen. 先
Umareru. No, this one is to be born. Right? Yeah. Umareru.
千
So what was the other one
先
again? Ikiru. I forgot what their translation was. The normal one, deep L, be safe, I guess. Ikiru. Getsu, last month. Go. Umareru. Oh, wait, yeah, it's this one. Yeah. Sengetsu, last month. 3. Sensei. 4. Ikiru.
先生
Type what you hear. Wait, do I do the kanji or just the katakana? Or the hiragana?
Sensei.
Yeah. Umareru. 2. Sensaki ma. Go. Dude. Hold on. It was Sen. It was Saki. Saki. Then it was. Fuck, I forget what the last one was.
千
Oh, it's
先
just Ma. Okay. Sen Saki Ma. Okay. Umareru. We come together,
Saki.
no matter the weather. We're gonna love each other till the end of time. Whoa. Right, we come together, no matter the weather. We're gonna love each other till the end of
Sing.
time. Whoa. Till the end of time. Whoa.
Sensei.
Umareru.
千
Ikiru.
千先
Sensaki ma.
Sing. 千
We're gonna love each other till the end of time. Whoa.
Sing.
Till the end of time. Whoa.
し私
We come together. Shiritsu Daigaku. So this should be like Shiritsu Daigaku, right?
立大学
Japanese, please, not Chinese. This is gonna be the bane of my
Tadaigaku.
existence, huh?
他大学
To Daigaku. Shiritsu Daigaku. Shiritsu Daigaku. Oh yeah, Seinen. Wait. Yeah, Seinen Gapi. Yeah, birthday. Seinen
し
Gapi, birthday.
私
Oh, hey, we come together, no matter the weather. We're gonna love each other till the end of time. Whoa.
し
Seinen Gapi.
私
Seinen Gapi, birth date, Tsuchida, last name. Shiritsu Daigaku, private university, Tsuchida, that's the last name, once again. I think we're. Oh! Shiwatashi. 3. Shiritsu Daigaku. It's 4. I think it's Shi and Katakana first. Yeah, Shi. Do this. Then you do Watashi. Fuck, I forgot. I'm supposed to do this. Watashi. There we go.
し
Tsuchida. That's 4. Shared it to Daigaku, if I'm not mistaken. Nice. Ooh, Seinen Gapi 4. Noise. Weather, we're gonna be chatting
Shi-
to the end of time. Tsuchida. Seinen Gapi. Nice. Tsuchida. Shitty. No, yeah, Shiritsu Daigaku. Almost had a brain fart there. Seinen Gapi. I think we.
1、
Hold on. I'm at 6% already. Let's go. That means I'm only 3% though. Actually, not even 3% because this is like, whatever. I'm around 3% of the kanji I need to be fluent in Japanese after 10 days. I think that's not too bad. Is that chat? Is that bad? All right. Oh my god, I'm actually learning numbers. They're finally teaching me numbers. I can count to 10 finally. I'm gonna be able to count to 10 soon. Let's go. Let's fucking. Oh shit. 3C. What is 3C? 100, 200? Oh yeah, they're doing numbers now. 6 and 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna be able to count to 10, baby. Let's go. All right. I've only done 40 minutes of this. Should I do this? Did I learn new words as well? I want to overload. I don't want to overload in a single day. I usually only do one of these a day. So I'm not like overloading my brain. I can keep shit in memory. What is this? It's 14 words. Two words. Oh, yeah, that's a lot actually. Wait, are they increasing the amount the further you go? Oh shit. Oh yeah, they are. Eh, maybe not. Wait, what is this? Oh yeah, this is bright.
秋だ。明るい。
Alright, we'll do a speed review. We'll do a speed review and then I'll choose after that. See if I can get all of them right. I can only get 2 wrong before I fuck up. Alright, let's go. If I memorized enough. Child, Tanbo, mouth, Nihonjin, Japanese person, river. Hold on, I'm gonna be quiet so I can focus more. Alright. No, I fucked up! Fuck! Okay. Huh? Struggling. What's this? Mojito. There we go. Oh, Nihon Jin. There we go. Huh? Wait, didn't I click Shot Kuruma? I could have sworn I got that one right. 1 second. 1 second, brother. What? Oh, hold on. Whoopsie. Students. Alright. Like you say. Students. There we go. Alright, let's try this again. Try this one more time. See if I can get them all right.
Ka.
Jiyoshigakusei. Kanojo-shi. Ona no Hito. Jidosha. Hito. Yamada. Jinko. Mokuyobi. Oh, okay, hold on. Oh, I almost fucked up again. Jesus Christ.
Se.
Cha, ay. Cha, ay. Cha, ay. cha cha a. Cha 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 a. Yobi, there we go. Sweet Yobi, there we go. Cha cha cha. This song is so good. With this cover. Anoko. Joe, there we go. Cha cha cha. Ooh, okay, we actually did it. Let's go. All right, what words did I miss in here? Ikagetsu. I might have clicked the wrong one by accident. Onanoko. Oh no, this is 1 month. 1 month. There we go. Onanoko. That's just girl, right? Yeah. Month. I meant to click 5. God damn it. They're right next to each other. Don't judge. 6. There we go. Noise. Okay. Alright, this song is a little bit too slow. I need to change what category this song is in. It's a little too slow for this playlist. This song is a little too bassy for this playlist too. Oh, Jet Set Radio always goes hard, brother. Let's go. Always in the mood for some Jet Set Radio music. Oh boy. Alright, what now? Oh, Luck, are you still there? I got a question for you. Are you still there? By any chance? While I figure out. I think we're gonna go to, you know what, yeah, we'll switch over to, what the fuck do you call it? Unreal Engine, yeah, we're gonna switch over to the Unreal Engine video. We'll start watching that real quick. We're gonna switch over to that real soon, or right now. Don't. Oh. Alright, we're gonna watch this video to learn some more about Unreal Engine. Wait, actually, hold on. Let me open up Unreal Engine 2, actually. While I'm at it. Oh, fuck. I gotta turn off, before I do that, I don't want my GPU crashing while I do this. I gotta turn off MSI Afterburner so I can actually open up the Unreal Engine thing. Alright, here we go. What the fuck is the Epic Games Launcher? There it is. Video game. Stop. Play your games. Is it opening? Ah, there we go. Okay. Nice. We got the project open. Alright, now we can start playing the video. Turn off the music real quick. All right. And it's
Probably wondering now, how do I move Unreal assets in between different Unreal projects? Because it would be a real shame if every time you create a new
research
project,
time.
we have to remake all the assets. And we can move assets in between projects through an easy process called migration. So to migrate assets in between two Unreal projects, of course, we need a new Unreal project. Included within the downloadable content, link in the description below, is a project that contains some assets I want to bring into our first project that we've been working on. So within the zip file, go into it, and it's specifically intro Unreal project. So just drag it onto our desktop to unzip it, and double click to go inside of the project folder. To open up an Unreal project, double click on the .u project. Now that I have the downloaded project open up, if I press Control and space, we can see all the content that's currently inside of it. Now, if your content folder is empty, then that means you didn't unzip the project. So make sure you do unzip the project before opening it up. So I have a folder called Lighting Examples with some maps, materials, meshes, and textures. They're going to help us demonstrate Unreal's lighting capabilities. I want to bring all these assets into our original project called First Project. So to do so, I'm going to dock them to the sides of my screen. And let's go open up our content drawer. So what I'm going to do is copy our Lighting Examples folder, which is right here, and bring it into another project. To do so, we use a process called migration, and migration is really simple. Simply hover over the assets you want to bring into another Unreal project, right-click, and select Migrate. Now, it's going to give us a list of all the assets that are going to be migrated, and this all looks correct. So I'm going to click on OK, and now it's asking for a location to migrate them to. We specifically want to migrate them into the content folder of the destination project. And you can find out where the content folder is by double-clicking on the original project file. So right here is First Project, which is where this project is stored. And if I go into its project file, we see that there's a content folder, and this is the location that I want to migrate all these assets to. So I could go through and manually navigate to this location, or I can copy its destination with Control-C and Control-V it right here. So now I have the content folder of our original project selected. I'm telling Unreal that I want to move the files from Intro Unreal Project to First Project. And click on Select Folder. So now we can see content.
All right, now tell me how to use Lumen. That's the important shit.
The migration successful. And if I go into First Project now, press Control and Space, under Content, we now have Lighting Examples, which are all the same assets from our downloaded project. Now, an alternative, that's so we don't have to go and find where our project file is located. In order to get the content folder's location, I could from our project. Finally, let's talk about Unreal Engine 5's brand new lighting system called Lumen. And Lumen is revolutionary because it gives us real-time global illumination. And essentially, global illumination is just a very fancy term for light bounce. Because in real life, light doesn't just hit an object and stop. Instead, it hits an object, bounces off
Matt, you good? Welcome to the stream, buddy. How's your day been?
that object, and after each bounce, it illuminates the world. It also takes a little bit
Just doing some Unreal Engine research right now, watching some videos. We just, yeah, I just finished learning Japanese or new Japanese words for the day. Actually, no, I didn't learn any new Japanese words. I learned how to pronounce some Japanese kanji today. So we're switching over to Unreal Engine.
of the object's color and projects it onto the next object. For example, it might be a little bit hard to see because the video is being streamed, but here we have a red mouse, and light is hitting this mouse, taking a little bit of its color, and then projecting it onto any nearby objects. So if I move the mouse to the table, around the table, there's a little bit of a reddish tint that's coming from the bounce lighting. So global illumination is important because it's the secret to realistic rendering. But there's one large problem, and that is global illumination is very expensive to calculate. Real-time global illumination isn't possible without a super powerful GPU. And this is where Lumen comes in handy. Lumen is a brand new way to render global illumination at the fraction of a cost compared to traditional ways to get global illumination, like hardware ray tracing. So to show Lumen in action, let's jump back into Unreal. And to do so, we need the content that we just migrated over. So if you haven't already, make sure you download the lighting examples, link in the description below, and migrate it into our project from the previous chapter. So to begin, let's go to Maps and Light Bounce. So as we can see, this is an insane need the content that we just migrated over. So if you haven't already, make sure you download the lighting examples, link in the description below, and migrate it into our project from the previous chapter. So to begin, let's go to Maps and Light Bounce. So as we can see, this is an insanely simple room. All we have is 4 walls and 2 objects and a light source. I've also gone ahead and added in a post-process volume. Since by default Lumen is turned on, I want to turn off Lumen to demonstrate how we used to get global illumination back in the Unreal Engine 4 days. So as we can see, global illumination method is set to none. Now let's just pretend that we're in Unreal Engine 4, and I want some global illumination since obviously shadows are never this dark. Normally you would see some light bouncing around to illuminate the shadow areas right here. So the first thing I would do is number 1, make sure my light sources are set to static, not movable. And number 2, I need to build my level. And to build, you want to come up to the build tab all the way up here, select it, and within the dropdown, simply select build all levels. Right now, behind the scenes, Unreal is ray tracing our entire level and creating a light map. This light map contains all the lighting data, which it then overlays onto our world as a texture. Now we are done building our lighting. It should have been pretty quick because this is a very small level. And if we look at our level, we can see that we do have global illumination. Notice how this sphere is no longer pitch black in the shadow areas. There's now light filling up the shadows, making it look a lot more realistic than beforehand. We can even see that there's some red on the sphere. That's bounced along the level.
I just had to time out someone real quick.
Real is
God damn, what he was doing.
The shadow
All right, let's go back
here. So the first thing I would do is number 1, make sure my light sources are set to static, not movable. And number 2, I need to build my level.
All right, let's go back.
An insanely simple room.
What
All
was
we
he
have
doing?
is 4 walls and 2 objects and a light source. I've also gone ahead and added in a post-process volume. Since by default Lumen is turned on, I want to turn off Lumen to demonstrate how we used to get global illumination back in the Unreal Engine 4 days. So as we can see, global illumination method is set to none. Now let's just pretend.
Okay. Post process volume instance.
I've also gone ahead and added in a light bounce. So as we can see, this is an insanely simple room. All we have is 4 walls and 2 objects and a light source. I've also gone ahead and added in a post-process volume. Since by default Lumen is turned on, I want to turn off Lumen to demonstrate how we used to get global illumination back in the Unreal Engine 4 days. So as we can see,
Wait, he said something about wanting them to be static.
finally, let's talk about Unreal Engine 5's brand new lighting system called Lumen. And Lumen is revolutionary because it gives us real-time global illumination. And essentially, global illumination is just a very it'll
Yeah, I know.
its
I
color
know,
to its black.
I know. Come on.
Make sure you download the lighting examples, link in the description below, and migrate it into our project from the previous chapter. So to begin, let's go to maps and light bounce. So as we can see, this is an insanely simple room. All we have is 4 walls and 2 objects and a light source. I've also gone ahead and added in a post-process volume. Since by default Lumen is turned on, I want to turn off Lumen to demonstrate how we used to get global illumination back in the Unreal Engine 4 days. So as we can see, global illumination method is set to none. Now let's just pretend that we're in Unreal Engine 4, and I want some global illumination since obviously shadows are never this dark. Normally you would see some light bouncing around to illuminate the
This is Unreal Engine 5, though. I
shadow
don't care
areas
about
right here.
Engine
So
4.
the first thing I would do is number 1, make sure my light sources are set to static, not movable. And number 2, I need to build my level. And to build, you want to come up to the build tab all the way up here, select it, and within the drop down, simply select build all levels. Right now, behind the scenes, Unreal is ray tracing our entire level and creating a light map. This light map contains all the lighting data, which it then overlays onto our world as a texture. Now we are done building our lighting. It should have been pretty quick because this is a very small level. And if we look at our level, we can see that we do have global illumination. Notice how this sphere is no longer pitch black in the shadow areas. There's now light filling up the shadows, making it look a lot more realistic than beforehand. We can even see that there's some red on the sphere that's bouncing from the red wall. Same thing over here. The entire room has a little bit of a greenish tint since this green wall is also bouncing light off. So this is how we used to get global illumination on Unreal Engine 4, and while this is great, there are some major issues. Mostly that our lighting and all our shadows are static. So if I select my sphere and move around, we can see that the lighting breaks. Press Ctrl Z to undo that. Then even if I select my light source and move it around, the lighting also breaks. Notice how if I move my light away, we now have 2 shadows. So there's one shadow that's coming from the light source, and another shadow that's coming from our light map, which is no good. So I'm going to press Ctrl and Z to put our lighting back in the original spots, and this is where Lumen comes in really handy, because it allows us to have dynamic global illumination.
Wait, hold on. Maybe I can't change the lumen setting because I'm already in ray tracing, I think. One sec, hold on. Let me check that, actually. That might actually be why my settings are different. Because I have ray tracing on the entire time, I think. Let's see. Let me put on music and switch it over to window or display capture real quick. Alright, so if I move the lighting here, if I like move this light source. That's not the original light source, wait. I think it was this one? Okay, which one is the fucking light source? Why do you oh, Control L over there. Whoops. Oh, that's the light direction. Okay. So that's the light direction. I see now. This is how you change the light direction. Wait, so what is this? Directional light. Okay, so this is... Okay. I see now. Wait, so if I add another directional light... Hold on. Add lights. Hold on. What does this look like? Rectangular light? No, that's not it. Oh, it's right here. Directional light. Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ. Alright, hold on. Wait, where'd it go? change this one. Wait, change the. Hold on. Ah, here we go. Whether the light affects global illumination when ray trace, global illumination is enabled. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Type in array. Use project setting. Alright. Okay, so this is why mine was different. So if I like delete this. If I just delete this. Okay, so I just need to add a directional light to all of my scenes. Can I make it like less bright and stuff? Intensity. Ah, okay, that makes a lot of sense now. There we go. Okay. Okay, so now I figured out how to do my lighting. That's good. That's good. That's real good, actually. Okay. I'm not sure if this is nanite or not, but at least now we know how to affect the lighting directly. That's good.
God loves a trier. Pain is the thing I acquire. Mental desire. Can someone make it end? Fanning the fire. Watching the flames burn higher. I'm not a liar, but they don't understand.
Huh. Ooh. Wait, can you change the temperature too? Damn. You can make things look green and shit. Like really light blue. Indirect lighting intensity. A bias. Contact shadow casting intensity. Mission. Cast ray traced shadows. Damn. I didn't mean to do that. Just crashed it. Damn. Try this again. Okay, so that didn't work. Can't do that. Wait, so they're not ray trace shadows? I'm confused. Now I'm just confused. Light mass advanced. Ray tracing. Shadow source angle factor. I don't know, brother. Oh. Cast shadows in atmosphere? Well, no. Okay. Cast cloud shadows. Ooh. Yeah, that's good too. I like that. I like the clouds casting shadows. Well, wait, hold on. I mean, clouds casting shadows would just make the game look better, I think. A little bit more realistic. I wonder if that would like make the game like a way harder to run though. If clouds cast shadows. Maybe I shouldn't do that. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Control L. Oh, Control L. I guess now it's under the map. Now it's over the map. This is right on top of the map. I see, okay. I want it to be like evening. Nice, okay. Wait, so you could do like you could do like this, and then if I change the what is it, the white point or the Kelvin, whatever the fuck it's called. Where is it at? Where the fuck are you? Oh, I click this. There we go. And I change the temperature to really blue. Yeah, now it looks like evening. I don't know what the fuck that is, but nice. Wait, light color. What if I change it to like? Oh, you can make it like really dark, or like a blood moon. Oh my god, brother. So like nighttime color? Oh, that looks so sick! It's like nighttime now. Should've picked mercy. Should've picked any kind of support. You ended up losing, and it's all your fault. But learn how this game works. Should've been helping.
If you like Mercy so much, why don't you just marry her? So you're the type that gets a mic and tries to lecture me when you're the most useless person we have.
6,500, I think.
I've
Yeah, there we go.
never seen anybody rage quite as hard as you. Maybe you should go back to playing
Team Fortress 2. I'm not gonna be mercy. Gonna be any kind of support. You end up losing, and you go mad. I send it back to the default. Nerf Bastion, you're right to Winston. I'm already be Winston. I'm already Genji. I gotta be Kree. I already chose McCree. What's your idea? You should be. I'm not gonna be Mercy. You're gonna be any kind of support and end up losing, and it's all your fault. You know what I live for. This is hard to control. I kind of like this. That's pretty good, right? That's pretty good lighting. All right, so yeah, we found out that the reason why my lighting was different was because I'm on 5.3, and I also, well, maybe because I'm not on 5.3, but I chose ray trace lighting from the beginning. Which hopefully that doesn't make the game super hard to run. Obviously it's going to be more for like newer generation GPUs when I finish the game, but look, people got to upgrade at some point. This game is probably not going to be coming out for years anyway. So actually, you know what? Yeah, I think I am just going to use ray trace lighting, because by the time the game comes out, it's going to be like a few years from now. And by then, people, come on, you gotta upgrade at some point, guys. Like 4 years from now, we'll be on like 6090 instead of, man, I can't wait for that. The 6090, I'm gonna keep that GPU forever. But yeah, we'll be on like 6th gen GPUs by then. 6th gen RTX or whatever. All right, or 5th gen RTX, whatever you want to call it. All right, so now we can go back to the video. Okay. Turn off the music.
So I can move my light around and move my sphere with no issues whatsoever. But first, we have to get rid of our light map since we did bake our world. To do so, you need the World Settings tab. Now, by default, there is no World Settings tab. We can get that by coming up to Windows and selecting World Settings all the way down here. And now we have our World Settings. As you can guess, World Settings is simply the settings of our world. So this is where we would control our light baking. And we will go over light baking settings in just a bit, but for now I want to get rid of our light maps by selecting Force No Pre-Computed Lighting, which will tell Unreal that I don't want to use any light maps and I don't want to build our lighting. And then after I set that to true, make sure you press build. Now that didn't build our lighting, instead it went through and it got rid of all of our light map textures. So let's come back to details, and now I'm going to set my light source to movable. So now that it's set to movable, we still aren't getting any global illumination because if you remember in the post-process volume, I turned off lumen.
Okay, is he speaking between the mics? Because it's like fucking up. It's fucking me up. Keeps making me think that my headphones are fucking up, because they are.
My light source to movable. So now that it's set to movable, we still aren't getting any global illumination because if you remember in the post-process...
No, it's just my headphones. Do I have to buy new headphones? Or is it the goddamn cord that I'm using? I don't know. I just got this cord too. It's acting stupid. I might have to switch back to the OG cord and just deal with a shorter cable. It's irritating me a lot.
This volume, I turned off lumen.
Sorry, you
so
guys
let me
can't
zoom in a
hear
little
it,
bit so we can see this better.
It's bothering me.
Here is Unreal Engine 5 without lumen, and here is Unreal Engine 5 with lumen. So this is without, and this is with. Right, I'm going to delete that, and let's go over the next slide. That's the basics of lighting in UE5. Now we're going to take the knowledge that we just learned and apply it to lighting an architectural visualization scene. First, we're going to light the environment by using lumen and movable lights. Then we're going to light the same exact environment, but with static and baked lighting. So we're going to compare the two methods of getting global illuminations. We're able to use real-time global illumination doesn't mean that it's the best case for certain scenarios, specifically a scenario like this, where there isn't going to be any moving parts since it's just an architecture. That is the very basics of lighting in Unreal Engine. Of course, you could get even more complicated because lighting is an entire art form by itself. But hopefully you do have a good foundation to learn more. Now we're going to go over landscapes. So landscapes in Unreal are pretty important because odds are you will always be seeing a landscape or your character is on top of a landscape. So in this section, we're going to go over how we can create a landscape, sculpt it, and finally at the end, go over how to add foliage. To demonstrate how to make landscapes, let's create an entirely new map. So press Control Space and let's go into My Stuff. And right here, let's create a brand new folder called Maps, which will hold all of our maps. So I'm going to select both my map and my build data and drag it into Maps, let go, and move here. So let's jump into there and right click, create a brand new level. So by right clicking and creating a level, instead of coming up to File and New, we don't get access to the templates, which is fine. I do want to create a brand new level completely from scratch. So let's call this one Landscape Example and jump in. So let's save everything. The reason why we're starting from a blank level is because I want to show how to light an outdoor environment from scratch. Okay, to begin, let's create a landscape. To create a landscape, you need to go into Landscape Editing mode. To do so, come up to Select Mode and then select Landscape. Finally, we're going to go over what some of these modes do. So you can press Landscape, or the shortcut is Shift and 2. So throughout this tutorial, so far we've been in Select with the shortcut Shift and 1. Now we're going to go into Shift and 2 to edit our landscape. We don't have a landscape, so Unreal's going to ask us if we want to create a landscape. We see that we get a bunch of different settings that we can pick from. Generally, I don't play with these settings, I just leave it as default. But if you are going to play with those settings, I recommend you use the templates provided to you from the Unreal documentation. Type in Unreal Docs, and then type in Landscape Technical Guide. So if you are going to change any of these settings, I recommend you use the presets. For now, I'm going to use the default settings and press Create. Okay, great, now we have a landscape, but before we start editing our landscape, it's best to light our scene so we know exactly what is happening. First off, let's add in a directional light. So add light to directional light. Simply drag that in. We can leave all the settings at default, except I'm going to set to movable since I want to use completely dynamic lighting to help us know the direction of the light and how the shadows will look like.
Oh shit! Hold on. I'm gonna check that right now. Is this stationary or is it movable? Oh, it is movable. Okay, never mind. Okay, never mind. It's movable. Okay, these are all movable. Never mind. Never mind. Okay, back to it.
I'm going to add in a cube temporarily to help us when we're lighting our scene, just like that. Now, obviously, we don't want an endless black void. We want a sky, so come up to Create, Visual Effects, and select the sky and atmosphere to drag it in, and automatically it's working. If I hold down Control and L as a shortcut to rotate my sun, notice that the sky updates in real time. So as I lower my sun, the sky changes colors to represent a morning time or a dusk time, and I can raise it up to get a more bluish sky, which is pretty amazing that Unreal automatically updates your sky depending on your sun's angle. Now, there are two issues. We still have a black void in the lower half of our world, and zooming in on the shadow, it's pretty dark. We're getting a little bit of global illumination and bounce lighting from our sun, but we need lighting from our sky as a whole. So to fix that, come up to Add, Lights, and drag in a skylight. Now, it's recommended for skylights that under real-time capture, make sure it's turned on if you are going to use a skylight with the sky and atmosphere. And also, while we're at it, set it to movable since we're only
Wait, what did he say?
skylights. That under real-time capture, make sure it's turned on if you are going to use a skylight with the sky and atmosphere. And
Oh, wait, is that turned
also,
on?
while we're
Is that turned on? Let's see. Which one was skylight? Skylight. Real-time capture, that's turned on. All right, good.
at it, set it to movable since we're only using lumen lighting. Also, let's go fix our black void by adding in some fog to cover that. So come
Oh, wait, so that is lumen lighting. Okay, we're good. We're good then.
to
Okay.
visual effects and exponential height fog, simply drag it out like this. And we can control where the exponential height fog starts by moving the widget. So if I move it up, we get more fog, and if I move it down, we get less fog. So hopefully you can see what's happening. For now, I'm going to leave it in the middle right here. And with that, a directional light, sky and atmosphere, skylight, and fog is pretty much how you light 90% of open world scenes in Unreal Engine 5. It is literally that easy, and what's amazing is that all these objects interact with each other successfully.
So lighting is really easy in Unreal Engine. That's really nice. That is really good. I don't have to worry about lighting like really at all. I can just build shit and just have the lighting be default. That's so fucking nice.
So I can move my sun around, lower it, create a really dark area, lower it to the point where it's night, and then raise it. Slowly the sun comes above the fog and starts to illuminate our world. So it's completely real-time, time of day lighting. Now that we set the lighting, we're able to see any edits we make to our landscape. So let's finally go over the landscape editing mode. And to do so, I need to come up to my mode selector and select landscape from select, or I can press Shift and 2 as the shortcut. So by default, it's going to give us this brush right here. And as you could probably guess, hold down the left mouse button, I'm able to sculpt and raise the terrain. So left mouse button is to raise the terrain. If I hold down Shift and left mouse button, then I lower the terrain. And by default, we are using the basic sculpt brush. I can even increase the tool strength. So right now it's at 0.3. Of course, if I bring it up to 1, then our sculpts will be a lot more intense. Even holding down Shift, I can really lower the landscape's terrain. If I want to, I can control the fall off of this brush with the brush fall off. So bringing it to 0 will mean there is no fall off. So I get some insanely harsh sculpts happening. Or I can bring it all the way up to 1, which makes the fall off non-existent, giving us the smoothest brush as possible for really faint changes to our landscape. Now, a shortcut to increasing the brush size is to use the right bracket key on my keyboard. So right bracket key will increase my brush size, and left bracket key will decrease it. Very similar to Photoshop shortcuts. So that's the basics of the sculpt brush. As a reminder, if you ever want to get back the default values of any property in Unreal Engine, go to that property and select the arrow right next to it to reset it back to its default value. Now let's go over to the smoothing brush.
So that's the default.
And
thing.
as you can guess, if you have some really harsh landscapes and you want it to be smoother, like right here, it was really harsh since our fall off was non-existent. Using the smooth brush, you can smooth away those bumps in the landscape. So pretty great. And then the next brush after that is the flatten brush. So flatten brush is great for terracing, or maybe you're creating a game, for example, and let's say right here you need a
erosion hydro noise
flat area for your gameplay. Well, to get a flat area, of course, we need to use the flatten brush, which will just flatten our landscape. It's also great for creating terraces. So if I start my flatten brush off right here, notice how we have a higher terrace and a lower one, and right below that, another one. So we're very quickly able to create some complicated landscapes with just these 3 brushes. And these 3 brushes are the main brushes. Generally, I don't really touch any of the other brushes, except for very specific circumstances, which we aren't going to be going over in this video. Now, that's how you sculpt a landscape, but how do I paint a landscape? Since right now we're using Unreal's default material, of course, landscapes in real life are not made out of squares. Instead, they're made up of grass, dirt, sand, rocks, and pretty much anything you would expect outside. Now, I'm going to briefly go over how to create a very basic landscape material. Create the material under my stuff, and call this one m_landscape. Double click to open it up. And I'm going to dock it up here so I can switch in between my level and landscape. Now, the difference between a normal material and a landscape material is one node, and that is landscape layer blend. So select it, and here we have the layer blend. Notice how we don't have any inputs. That's because we need to specify inputs in the details panel right here. So the inputs are essentially going to be layers. So you can have a grass layer, a dirt layer, a sand layer, and then within your landscape editing mode, we'll be able to paint on those individual layers on our landscape. So to add in a layer, select your layer blend, and under layers, click on the add button, and make sure you click on the triangles to see the drop down. Now for the first layer, call this one grass, and the second layer, call this one dirt. Now this is just for demonstration, so it's not going to look very good. But to get the point across, let's go find a grass texture and a dirt texture under starter content, textures, and I'm going to use t_ground. Also for dirt, looks like we don't have a dirt, so I'm just going to use the metal rust texture because that does look like dirt, and it will get the point across. So drag in metal rust as our dirt. Now hook up grass right there, and
I don't think we're going to be doing like any of this
I'll
stuff.
put these into base
I
color.
think we're mostly going to be using mega scans. Come back to this later if it's important. Wait, hold on.
Our reference lecture when there isn't a human reference. So to get a human reference, you want to come up to add and add feature or content pack and select the third person. We can see that there's a mannequin right here, which we're going to be using as our reference, and select add to project. So this will add a bunch of new assets to our project, and specifically I want to use the assets in character, mannequins, meshes, and we can do skm_manny. So drag that out to get a human size reference to compare our landscape textures to, and we can place them right there. So this human, if I zoom in on the grass, you can see that probably the grass is a little bit too small. So let's fix that, jump back into our landscape material, and the way we change the tiling of any textures is the exact same way we did with m_master material. So we grabbed the texture coordinates and we multiplied it by a parameter value, so we were able to edit it in the instance of this material. Do 0.3, maybe even 0. Actually, I think 1.2 looks good. So just a little bit more tiling with our dirt. If you are curious how to make a really good landscape material, I do have a landscape tutorial series on my YouTube channel. While it is for Unreal Engine 4, pretty much all of it still applies to Unreal Engine 5. That was the very basics of landscapes. Now we're going to go over how we can get assets from the Megascans library. So in case you don't know, Unreal already comes with thousands of free high-quality assets ready to be used immediately in Unreal Engine. We can get these assets through the Quixel Bridge plugin, which is already installed in Unreal. Before we jump into Megascans, let's make some edits to our world. So first off, I'm going to get rid of my landscape material since I think it's a little bit distracting and I just want to focus on the Megascan assets. So select my landscape, scroll down to the landscape material slot, and let's reset it back to the world grid by selecting the arrow right there. There we go, and I also want to lock my exposure with the post-process volume, so come into volumes, post-process, drag it out, and scroll up to exposure. Let's set it to manual, and exposure compensation. Notice that there is no change right now, because I need to make sure that infinite extend unbound is turned on. Now I can increase the exposure compensation. I found a value of 12 to be pretty good. And I'm also going to raise the position of my sun, so we get more light in the world. Okay, so now that the sun was raised, notice that the brightness of the sun also increased. So exposure compensation, I'm going to lower it to 11 or 11.5. All right, great. So let's go over how we can get access to the Quixel Bridge library. And getting access is pretty simple. You just want to come up to the add button and then select Quixel Bridge. Now, if this is your first time logging into Quixel Bridge, it might ask you to log into your Epic Games account. Don't worry, it's the same exact account that you created when downloading Unreal Engine. So just go into that, and then you get access to, right now at the time of recording, 16,688 assets, which is absolutely amazing. Now, if for some reason you don't have Quixel Bridge installed in Unreal Engine, then you want to go to the Epic Games launcher and come to Unreal Engine library, scroll all the way down to Vault, and find the
Wait.
Quixel Bridge plugin.
Do I have that installed? I should, right? Yeah, I do. Okay, we're good. Hold on, I'm just logging into my Unreal Engine account. Oh. Are you gonna let me type? Hello? Yeah, let me type. Oh. Ooh, all right. Gotta verify on my phone. I should be logged in now. Scans. I have to add them. 3D assets. Surfaces. Oh, ground. Let's just do ground roots. I'm gonna download this. All right, hold on. We're gonna fuck around in Unreal Engine for a little bit. Let me switch over to display capture and turn on the music once again. All right. I can I just, yeah, we're gonna landscape. Ooh, okay, we can. What did I add earlier? Ground roots. Huh? Oh, I gotta add it. But I never want to change, even when I know I never could. And nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay, need you to stay. Hey. Stood still. I'll be fucked up if you kill me right here. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh. I'll be fucked up if you kill me right here. I do the same thing I told you that I never would. I told you I changed even when I knew I never could. And nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay, need you to stay. Hey. All right. For the reason that I believe in love. Oh, I was below it. That's why. We're gonna stay. Yeah. Wait, why is it invisible at the whatever? you want to make? Oh, I'm making a. I'm eventually going to be making a like battle royale. Gonna be honest, I have no idea how to say your name because I do not speak. Pretty sure that's Arabic, so I don't know what to call you, but yeah. I'm eventually making a battle royale once I figure out how to do shit in this. It's gonna take me a little bit. It's far in the future though, so don't get too excited. All right, can my person stand on this? Let's do that. All right. Wait, I forgot. I can just click this, hold shift, and then. Oh my god, I forgot that I can just do that. That's so nice. All right. So if I press play now, I should be on top. Let's go. Nice. Okay. All right. Can I like mass select? Can I like select all of these? All right, we're gonna just delete all of this. All of this is getting deleted. We don't need any of you. All of you can go. This, and this. All y'all can go. Delete, deletes, deletes, delete, 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 delete. There's so many pieces. It's all gone. There we go. Okay.